Hello, I'm Miss Ashley, and welcome back to my happy place. So, it's been a long journey. Let's savor this for a moment. Let's recount our quest. We started off here in Vegetable Valley, and through the plains and through the forest, we found Wispy Woods for the first piece of the Star Rod. Then, we found ourselves on the pleasant little resort, well, the first resort, of Ice Cream Island. A nice little beach getaway, complete with nice sandstone caves and cool quenching waters. Eventually, though, we approached the Butter Building, which was guarded by by Paint Roller. I forgot his name again. So we defeated Paint Roller to gain entrance to the Butter Building. And at Butter Building, there was only one way to go. Up, 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 up. Until we touched the sky and found Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright. They relinquished the third piece of the Star Rod, and while we were up here, we figured we'd do a little bit more searching in the cloudy kingdom of Grape Garden. We navigated a zeppelin and soared through the clouds and through all of these really weird castles in the sky. Eventually, though, we met the literal Eye of the Storm, Krakow, and upon winning, got the fourth piece of the Star Rod. So then we fell back down to Earth, into the rocky and ruggy terrain of Yogurt Yard, full of hills and valleys and peaks and mountains and occasional forests. But there was this weird shaking underground, and as it turned out, Heavy Mole was just burrowing countless tunnels throughout the mountains. So then we defeated him, got the fifth piece of the Star Rod, and found ourselves in Orange Ocean, one of the far-flung edges of Dreamland, just on the other side of the Rainbow Resort. We commandeered a ship, we took it to an island, and found ourselves at the opposite shore, the frosty shores of Rainbow Resort. And he had been trailing us the whole time, watching us, waiting, trying to see if we were worthy of the sword and worthy of defeating King Dedede. Meta Knight stopped us here, and after proving ourselves in combat, he gave up the sixth piece of the Star Rod, which finally brings us to Rainbow Resort. Through all the snow and the hail and the ice and all that icky stuff, though, was this very fun, very dreamlike, childlike area, which in my mind epitomizes Rainbow Resort. Almost as much as the fact that it is here where the Fountain of Dreams is located. This is actually where the quest began, if you'll recall. King Dedede had come to the Fountain of Dreams and taken the Star Rod, broke it into the pieces and gave it to his friends. However, apparently he seemed to enjoy the swimming around in the waters of the Fountain of Dreams because he's still here. He never left. So, let's go pay him a visit. King Dedede. So, this is the second time ever that Kirby has faced King Dedede. The first time obviously being in the first game, and that was in his own castle in a special wrestling ring arena, but now the stakes are much higher. Before King Dedede, he just stole all the food in Dreamland because he's a real greedy Gus. And what's this? So, in his first encounter, in Kirby's first fight against King Dedede, his main abilities were tripping over his own two penguin feet, his royal hammer, and his ability to inhale, which was a weird little way to turn the tables on Kirby. He wasn't quite used to that. However, it is this game that introduced King Dedede's ability to float just like Kirby. And according to the lore, I can't remember if it was in the instruction manual or Nintendo Power, but supposedly, King Dedede taught himself how to float in the air, specifically to counter Kirby. Not only that, apparently it required some very intense training on his part, which, considering how heavy he is, I imagine it was very difficult. You know, Kirby is basically a balloon, you know, he's really bouncy and stretchy and... Oh, I don't know why that was that was not gonna work, why did I do that? Here we go, there's the big Dedede jump. I'm surprised he hadn't done that yet. That's also from Kirby's Dreamland 2. I'm sorry, Kirby's Dreamland. So anyway, yeah, he apparently went through a lot of rigorous training to be able to puff his body up like that and get airborne. And that's an interesting little quirk too, because like consider that a lot of Kirby's maneuverability happens in the air, and in Kirby's Dream Land 1, you know, you could avoid a lot of Dedede's attacks just by floating around, and so Dedede countered. But he still wasn't good enough. And that is King Dedede. Wait, there's an 8th world. We are now at the Fountain of Dreams with the completed Star Rod, but Dedede, he doesn't want us to go. Kirby's just gonna keep going. Kirby's gonna do Kirby, but Dedede is adamant. Don't put the Star Rod back in the fountain, Kirby. No! But it's so pretty. Like, everything's right again. Wait a minute. What in the world is that? Oh no. Wait a minute. This isn't right. What's going on? What was that in there? Oh my goodness. And now we're at it. Make the final effort. Shoot the star to defeat the final enemy. This is our last ability. Technically, it's a magical item. The Star Rod. As you might know from Kirby's appearances in the Smash Brothers series. So, we now have the magical completed Star Rod, and we are facing off against this bizarre thing that popped out of the fountain the moment we put it inside. So, put the Star Rod into the fountain. So if you'll notice, look at the background. Looks like I'm falling, right? That's because I am falling. See, I only got up here because Dedede spat me up here, which means I am eventually going to hit the ground. And if I hit the ground, that's it. So this is a race. You have to beat him before you hit the ground. And it's probably going to take me a second try because I have not played this boss in a very long time, and I'm trying to narrate. So this time, I'm going to get a little bit more focused. But look at that strike against the moonlight is just so... Oh yeah, and this thing, it fights dirty too. Look at how he shot at me before his health was even full. So just like any kind of a shooter game, we need to stay close so we can maximize our damage. Come on. Oh, that was the pattern I was afraid of. Okay, I need to actually stay back. He's gonna rush forward, he's gonna ziggy-zag, and we're just gonna keep laying into him. The star shot's not very strong, because this is actually a very tough shell. So quickly, get onto the warp star. And now comes the final challenge. On the moon. I present to you the Nightmare. Whew. This is the final boss. This was what was inside that shell. This was what was inside the Fountain of Dreams. Nightmare. So, this is, without a doubt, my favorite boss in the Kirby series. Because seriously, the first game, and the first several games, were called Kirby's Dreamland. What more fitting enemy to have to a place called Dreamland than somebody called the Nightmare? And look at his appearance. Like, this is a classic evil cartoon villain. Like, look at this guy. He could have just as easily had come out of Care Bears with his big pointed ears and his, big chin and crooked nose and wicked Waluigi mustache. Like, I love Nightmare so much. And sadly, other than the remake for this game, we don't get to see a lot of Nightmare in the Kirby series. And again, it's a shame because I feel like this is the real true deal for a Kirby villain. Alright, so let's focus on mechanics here. We are on the surface of the moon, and as you've probably seen, the star rod is actually very powerful when you're not hurtling through the air at the mercy of gravity. I don't even have to push the attack button to do that somersault. Kirby is now just so awesome that he somersaults on his own with the star rod. I am basically Sonic the Hedgehogging right into him. Also, you'll notice I am specifically hitting the Celestial Tempest that is Nightmare's body, because his cloak will deflect all attacks. So you have to wait for the right opportunity to attack him, either with the star shots or with your somersaults. Now, what's really ooh, I don't not remember this attack. Okay, so what's really funny about this fight, and as far as like my childhood memories go, I had a lot of problems fighting Nightmare when I was little, because, you know, you only have that split second while his cloak is open to attack. Then I accidentally jumped into him, and it did damage. And I was so surprised, because I thought the little spinning animation for the star rod was just decorative. Oh no, I didn't realize it had contact. And so once I learned that, suddenly this fight became way easier. So, you know, not exactly the most challenging video game boss ever, but still one of the absolute coolest. Great design, great name, and a great game. So we're just gonna keep somersaulting into him. Maybe I'll fire a star shot if the opportunity presents itself, but let's face it, it's way cooler to just smack him with the star rod. Anyway. Oop, didn't get it. But even before I found out about the collision, I remember, like, I couldn't even damage him at all. I was like, how do I hit him? Like, because it's not immediately obvious. Like, maybe it is to you now, several decades removed from this game's release. Like, we'll obviously hit him in the glowy spot, but this game is so pretty. It has so, look at that upside down shot. It has so many glowy spots. And so I thought that was just like a weird decoration, you know, that made him cool. It's like, oh yeah, look at him, he's like all weird and celestial, but no, like that's his actual body and his weak point. Okay, so I've gushed enough about Nightmare. It's time to save Dreamland. Kirby fought to find the star rod, but King Dedede did not mean any harm. Bad dreams had invaded Dreamland. A nightmare came to the Dream Spring and tried to cause pain to the people. Dedede foiled the nightmare by hiding the star rod from him. Dedede helped Kirby beat the nightmare. Yeah. Now everyone's dreams will return. Tonight, Dreamland will sleep well. Yeah. So, like I said, I think Nightmare is probably the best enemy for the best big bad for the Kirby series, because he actually is a truly wicked being. King Dedede, on the other hand, King Dedede isn't evil. He's a little naughty, he's a little selfish, a bit of a glutton, but when push comes to shove, he actually means well. Bye-bye, Kirby. And so that was Kirby's Adventure, produced by the late Yamauchi. Miyamoto also helped out a little. There's Iwata, back when he was still a kind of a programmer slash producer. And yes, there's our friend Sakurai, the man behind it all, although he's way too humble to admit it. So yeah, thank you Nintendo, thank you Sakurai, thank you everybody for putting out probably one of my top 3 games of all time. So look at this, we get to see all these little fun vignettes of every place we went. There's a reason why I started this episode with some flashbacks, because, you know, that's what this game is all about. It's this wonderful, happy, warm game that, you know, helps, you know, just fills me with so many pleasant memories. Heavy Mole's still not that great of a fight though, it's still kind of dull, but this one, it makes up for it in a big way. Get the sword, fight the knight. Yeah. So we're gonna let this play out. I don't remember quite how, oh look at that, high jump against King Dedede. That's actually pretty smart, because then you can clip him in the air, like, just like that. But you'd have to go quite a ways to bring a high jump there. Oh, even the item window says bye-bye. Yes. The end. I'm tearing up. A little sentimental. I haven't actually played this game to completion in quite a while, so... So that was Kirby's Dreamland, or Kirby's Adventure. The second Kirby game, the most important Kirby game that established so much of what makes Kirby Kirby. And I'm glad that you were able to join me here in my happy place and enjoy this masterpiece. As a bonus, though, because this is a Kirby game, so we get bonuses. Extra game. Congratulations! Choose extra game to go on a more challenging quest. In this quest, you can't save, and your max health is 3. So this is an extra special dangerous mode. Pretty much every mainline Kirby game has some form of additional hard mode or challenge. Like even the very first, Kirby's Dreamland, has a hard mode with different enemies, different enemy patterns. If they deal more damage, you do less damage, or they have more health. All sorts of crazy stuff. So, yeah. Just when you think this game is done, there's plenty more. But, for the purposes of this channel, we will be done with this game for now. So, again, that was Kirby's Adventure. I'm Miss Ashley. Thank you for hanging out in my happy place. So, until next time, see you soon.